how to remove student loans from your credit report. I'm going to explain the difference between updating the account to show 0 late payments and how to remove the entire thing. Now, you're going to want to make sure that you stay to the end of this because I'm going to give you the key to doing both of them. Make sure that you smash that, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe so you can learn how to remove these things. All right, so here's the reason that we want to learn how to remove student loans. They're one of the most difficult things that you could possibly ever dispute besides bankruptcy. And that's the reason you're going to want to know the key to doing this. And I do have a student loan course. I may post it down in the description and as a pinned comment later. There's a major difference between disputing to get rid of the late payments and disputing to get rid of the entire account. We have 2 different methods. If you have, let's say, 3 late payments, we can dispute to get rid of those late payments like magic to make it look like you never paid late. But if it shows 120 days late, you're not going to be able to remove those late payments. So 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, not 120. This also goes for any other type of account, such as a charge-off. We're going to start with late payments. And one of the things that you're going to want to stay for, again, is the key. I'm talking about Nelnet, Sallie Mae, Navient, specifically Navient, not U.S. Department of Education. Those actually come over as collections, are handled like this, not this. The first thing is to put the burden of proof on whoever the heck it is. Nelnet, Navient, Sallie Mae, whatever, and the credit bureaus. And one of the things that you're going to want to reference is Cushman versus TransUnion from 1997, where the congressional opinion was that the burden of proof is not on you, the burden is on the credit bureaus and the creditor or the collector. When they're coming back and they're saying it's verified as accurate, you need to handle it with so on and so forth, there is no so on and so forth. It is, no, dude, you have the grave responsibility to ensure that the information on my credit report is correct. Go check it out. So next, check out that oldest late payment. For example, you were 90 days late, like on time 90 days late, and then you were not late again until maybe, I don't know, the year after. We're going to go back to that very first late payment, your first date of delinquency. Use Smart Credit. It shows a significantly longer payment history than Identity IQ or my Score IQ. You can also check out my FICO. I don't use that specifically for disputing, but to get that late payment date, a little bit more expensive though. Get that date and say, I did not pay late, or I paid on time for X date. If it was April 2021, say April 2021 was paid on time, please update to paid as agreed, never late, or however you want to phrase it, okay? Now, pausing right there real quick, if you want to see if I can personally do a credit sweep for you, use that link up here and down in the description, and I'll see if I can help. The reason we're using the oldest late payment is very simple. The older it is, the harder it is for them to get proof, and B, to verify. Another thing is that you want to see if these late payments are reported consistently between the bureaus. So if you have, and I actually wrote it down here, let's just say that you have Equifax showing that you were okay, but another bureau showing that you were 30 days late, obviously that doesn't make any sense. Was I on time or was I late? I cannot be both of them, okay? And remember, these things are added by humans, and that is the reason that you're actually seeing this information all over the place. You're first going to say, I paid on time for this date. Remove these late payments within a 3-month period for accuracy and inconsistency. And you can go and you can dispute that next late payment, and you can go and dispute your next late payment. That is 3 rounds to get rid of these late payments. We're not going to use all of them in 1 round. Make sure you stay because I'm going to show you how to remove the entire account. Right now, we are only talking about updating the late payments to make it look like you had never paid late. One way to do it. Another way, key to getting these late payments off, maybe you don't have 30 days late. Maybe you don't have 60 days late. What if it starts with 90 days? What if it says 90? What are you going to do? Do you say I wasn't 30 days late on X date? Do you say I wasn't 60 days late on X date? No, because you don't have 30 or 60. Let me ask you, how should these late payments be reported? 30, 60, 90, or on time, 90, or on time, 120, however they report it. The answer is simple, using Common sense, 30, 60, 90. If not reported like that, it is inaccurate and you can dispute it. Specifically with Navient, sued for misapplying payments to consumer accounts, which you can also use. Go and Google it so you know what you're talking about in your dispute letter. Your dispute reason is simple. You cannot report 90 days late without 30 or 60-day prior late payments. Remove this 90-day late payment. That's the premise. I use this for tons of clients and it works many times. Another thing you can do is you can actually use your late payment history to remove this entire account. Now we're talking about removing this entire student loan from your credit report. You can say, I paid on time for X date, so April 2021. Please delete this account for inaccuracy, because they're not going to be able to verify it. I mean, there's no people, there's no investigation, none of that. So when giving these facts, it's easier for you, the consumer, to be able to get it taken off without it even going past the bureaus. That is our actual goal. Our goal is not to get it to Navient or Nelnet or whoever. Our goal is to get the bureaus to remove it. With removing the account from the credit report, you can actually go again after that oldest late payment, ask for deletion. Another one, and make sure that you stay, because I'm going to give you the key to removing this from your credit report. If you don't implement all these things, then guess what? The key that I'm going to give you isn't going to mean anything. First date of delinquency, dispute it to get the entire account removed. 90 days late, okay, 90, or okay, 90. Dispute it to get it removed instead of correcting the account. So your difference in your dispute would be not and update to paid on time. It would be and remove this account for inaccuracy. When they are reporting that you paid on time when you were actually late, and on time when you were actually late, and then that you were 90 days late, they're thinking that they're doing you a solid for not actually reporting you late until you're 90 days late. However, that's not the way the FCRA states your account should be reported. The main premise here is they can't report it like this. You can either update the account or delete the entire account. Besides going through the payment history, treat this account as a charge-off. What that means is everything I've taught you on the pyramid, we're going to use that same premise here. If you go after the payment history, it doesn't work. You can go after violations if you can't go after the late payments or the payment history, or everything is reported accurately. Now we can go date last paid, then date last active, then hit them, key again to this part, hit them with the notice of dispute. When you dispute and they receive it, they're supposed to, within 30 days, enter the notice of dispute. And if you didn't know this, smash that like, all right? So that is a violation pursuant to section 623 of the FCRA if they do not enter it within that 30-day period. Most of the time, they're not going to. That's a violation for free. Use this violation. Don't just get the violation and then do nothing. That's like having a wild card you throw behind you. No, we're going to hit them with that when we send it. They don't do anything about it. They didn't enter it. Now we have that violation. Round two, we can use a factual dispute, go after the payment history, the failure to update the date last reported, or go after the notice of dispute. Normally, I go after notice of dispute on either round 2 or round 3. It is completely and totally up to you, but you want to have an action plan when you are going after student loans, because they are difficult. If you want to list the most difficult down to the easiest, very first one would be bankruptcy, then student loans, then foreclosures. So the easiest is going to be medical and judgments and tax liens. You can get those off in as soon as 5 days. And if you didn't know that, I have other videos that explain that. So you're going to want to make sure that number 1, you subscribe so you can remove these things. And number 2, you check out my channel and the other 800 videos I have so that you can learn how to do this. You can use that keyword search and put in medical, bankruptcy, judgments, or portfolio recovery. I have a video on it. It's been, when you're doing your action plan list, at least for the credit report you're looking at, how you're going to go after round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and stop at round 5. We want to know our dispute for round 1. Let's say it's date last paid. Round 2, date last active. Round 3, payment history. Round 4, first date of delinquency. Round 5, notice of dispute. However you want to do it, you're going to want to know exactly how you're going to go after them and then update it as time goes on. Now, what do I mean by time goes on? Aren't they going to delete it because I show them that there's a violation or an inaccuracy or inconsistency? You may be able to get it off one bureau, but The likelihood that you're going to get it off all three at the same time is very low, unless it's Nelnet, Navient, or Sallie Mae that actually removes it from your credit report. It's going to be difficult. You're going to get frustrated, and you're probably going to give up. And that's exactly what the credit bureaus want you to do, which is why they don't respond. They don't put the notice of dispute. They send stall tactics and say you're working with a credit repair company. All of these things are to get you to go away. And now that you know how to handle this, you're not going to go away. As a recap, for updating the account to remove late payments but keep the account and show as if you had paid on time, doesn't work for charge off, doesn't work for a settled account. This is only if you have a maximum of 3 late payments, maximum 90 days. You are going to go after the late payments, put the burden of proof on them, go after the inconsistencies in the reporting of the account, go after any inconsistencies like this 30, 60, 90, 30, 60. If that doesn't work, you can go after violations using the Agero formula and the pyramid. Normally this handles it. If you're going to remove the account, you are not first going to treat it as a charge off, meaning going down the hierarchy, you are actually first going to go after the payment history. Oldest late payment, first day delinquency, late payment history, and then treat it as a charge off with the last paid, date last active, notice of dispute, date last reported, etc. Okay. And again, the key to removing the entire account is the notice of dispute. There's many violations that you will be able to get by disputing these things, but the majority of the time I remove them, and this is just keeping it on me. I don't know, nor do I care what other people do, because I've been doing the same thing, just getting better every year. And this is how I get them off. If you want to see if I can do a credit sweep for you, that link is literally right here, my740.com. Now, if you have questions about student loans, you can comment on any of my videos. I'll help if I can. Subscribe and see you later.